You don't need to, but okay. Okay, because usually yeah, whatever. No, that's not the point. Shh. If you're a producer, I think you're the first person ever to do that. Yes, actually, I wish I was joking. No, you go. I mean, go ahead. Don't get me wrong. Go ahead. I figured some because I was gonna. I had to boot up. Actually, I mean, I can't see it. Well, good thing I had the backup feed running. That's fine. Well, that's fine. Like, I'll be honest, you're already going a step further than what most people would do, where they would desync anyway with the map and stuff. So it's not that big of a deal. Yeah, I getcha. The problem is also I think autocam doesn't work consistently. I think. Yep.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to. I don't know what this is actually. What is wild card? Can you explain?
Well, it's a wild card. It's also just the first round.
Just the first round of wild cards. Okay.
It's just the first round.
PSL streams are new to my channel, and we are watching Sparkling Sea versus Team Soul today. I am here with my co-commentator Keon today. Say hi to everybody.
Hi.
It looks like first on the docket we have. Why is it playing again? No Quarters is playing again. I'm down No Quarters. All right, I fixed it. And it looks like yes, I fixed it. And it looks like first we've got tower control on Sturgeon Shipyard. I'll be honest. I don't know much about. I know a good amount about Sparkling Sea, but I don't know much about Team Soul. So if you don't mind,
that's why I helped fill. Oh, don't worry, I'll fill in the blanks for you. So did you know that Team Soul has actually been a team since the second season of PSL, which probably dates back about 3 years ago at this point? And the best part to describe this group is that this is the first roster change they've done since season 2 or 3-ish. They hadn't changed the roster until this year. They're consistent playoff. They're also consistent playoff. They also have consistent playoff appearances. Excuse me. And also I'm gonna note this right now for you, Slat. This is a rematch of Week 1 of the PSL.
This is the rematch of Week 1. Sparkling Sea was against Team Soul. Well, hey.
Yeah.
Who won that one?
Team Soul wins on a nail biter, let's say. Map wise, since the scoring system since PSL operates on a scoring system, I call it scoring system. The best way to describe it is they won 3 maps to 2.
I see. Well, it looks like we are going into our first match right now. We've got Tive, Codlossus, Omazin, and I believe that's Butters for Team Sparkling Sea. Icy, Spring. Oh, I'm slow. Anyways, we got.
You're good.
Okay.
Want me to help fill in the blanks while you're catching up a bit?
Feel free. Feel free.
Yes, I'll catch you up now. So with Sparkling Sea, they basically are running your ballpoint, your hero shot replica, the T-Tech, and the Carbon Roller Deco. So they got double Trizukas from that side of the fence. On the other side, for Team Soul, they got themselves Splat Dualies, the Splat Roller, the Sea Junior, and the Ballpoint. So we got a little bit of a ballpoint duel happening on both sides of the fence. Gonna be intrigued to see how this pays out here. The tower's been taken over. Team Soul has lost 2 right away.
I will say, Butters just went down trying to take out the tower, and he's just spawning back in now. It looks like hold on, I'm having technical difficulty for a moment. Okay, that's a lot better. Looks like Team Sparkling Sea has gotten past the first checkpoint, and Butters is on tower with it. Oh, and he just got taken out by the Inkjet. M. Is that M?
Yeah, that is
yes.
M.
Amazing shot from M.
Yeah, M was able to get a few out of that Inkjet there. I'm also gonna let you know on this one. M is also a backline specialist, so you'll get to see M dish out a lot of weapons that help suitable to the that help suit to the backlines as much as possible. Just got to see Colossus, by the way, going down just earlier. Yes.
That'll be interesting to see. And it looks like, speaking of M, it looks like they are back in with their Inkjet. Then looks like they're gonna push back the checkpoint, and they might even take the lead here.
Yeah, another quick lead change, by the way, for Team Soul, as we're gonna get to see a couple members, by the way, going down in a flash there, assisted double there from Butters, and it's pretty much a bit of a messy fight as it usually happens. There's gonna be 3 down, by the way, on Team Soul's end. Sparkling Sea was able to hold them out successfully, but we noted it before. Sparkling Sea lost the lead just like that. Team Soul with a quick early shot there. Now we gotta see if Sparkling Sea has a decent response. Still plenty of time to do so here, Slat.
Absolutely. I think Sparkling Sea needs to try to get control of mid. It seems that Team Soul is really good at keeping control of mid with their paint weapons. They've got a lot of paint with that custom junior and that ballpoint there, and it looks like they've been doing a good job at keeping mid painted.
Absolutely, and I really like the fact that they were able to keep that mid side painted. So Sparkling Sea is still able to retain as much control as they can, but they got him to turn this into a conducive push. This is not going to help matters there, as a suction bomb, I believe, from Crash was just chucked in right into mid and took out one of the members there, which ultimately means that the push is going to get stalled out here. Crab Tank has been popped up there. They have to throw suction bombs to get them off the Crab Tank, and pressuring all the specials to get them off the Crab Tank. That is a lot of special investment just to get one person out of the Crab Tank. Should slow them down just a tiny bit, but Sparkling Sea will at least touch the tower for their efforts.
I will say, having a Crab Tank there with a ballpoint is a problem, so it makes sense that they used as many specials as they could to take it out. Because having basically 2 backlines just aiming at that tower, and it looks like Sparkling Sea takes the lead right here.
Just able to take the lead just like that. And Sparkling Sea might be able to get past the second checkpoint because this can snowball in a hurry, and it sure is right now. Spriggs not able to save it for her team, and it's 3 down. And Sparkling Sea, as I mentioned before, they had a lot of time to basically fight back, Slat, and they did just that nicely. It's the first map over for Sparkling Sea to kick off this best of 5.
Like I said, I think it was very smart of them to take out both the ballpoint and the Crab Tank as fast as possible, because on certain shipyard, if you're up on that ledge, it's very easy to you can see basically wherever you want if you just have that vantage point there.
And I mentioned it before too. I was wondering if this push got stalled because Sparkling Sea invested so much per se onto the Crab Tank that Crash had planted on the right hand side, but it didn't really seem to phase them too much. They were still able to keep up with that pace. And that's a really nice start there for Sparkling Sea, who I'm going to note here for historical purposes, Slat. So, I mentioned it before that this was a Week 1 rematch. It's also a rematch of last year's Round 1 or wildcard matchup as well, or last season, correction. Not last year. Yeah, so Soul and Sparkling Sea seem to keep running into each other in these critical matchups. And it is a very tense rivalry. You want to know the best part, by the way, Slat?
What's up?
It's the same result. Soul wins 3-2 each time.
Interesting. Well,
yeah.
Who knows? Maybe we'll see another 3-2 from Soul this time. Maybe we'll see a 3-0 from Sparkling Sea. Maybe we'll see a 3-0 from Soul. Who knows? Maybe we'll see a 3-2 from Sparkling Sea. Maybe they think it's their turn.
Just rule out all the combinations as much as possible there. As we are going to get the substitutions, though. That's a really nice start, though, for Sparkling Sea to break the schneid, let's say, of the streak there, so that they can move on to that next map here, which is actually honestly a map that everybody should be familiar with, especially from the comp circles as well. It's Humpback Pump Track Rainmaker, for the heads up.
We love Humpback Pump Track. I mean, I gotta say, the thing. What game mode is it on? 1 second. It is on Rainmaker.
It is Rainmaker. Yep.
I will say, getting from the first to the second checkpoint here, depending on the weapons the enemy teams has, it can either be a snowball or it can be like fighting uphill. Because it doesn't feel like it's that long from checkpoint 1 to checkpoint 2. It's actually pretty far if you go on the.
Yep.
Because a lot of people go for the right checkpoint because it's a quick jump from mid to the upper right.
And I can definitely see that because nobody really goes for that left checkpoint most of the time. It's a very risky checkpoint, and the safest one usually is you always go right. But you also have to work. You also have to work uphill and get as much range as you can. I can actually kind of see it. Crabtank and Trizuka's just reign supreme. We saw Crash, by the way, just subbed out, so we're not going to see the Crabtank, but we will be seeing some other choices, by the way, from Sparkling Sea if they want to go back to that Trizuka's. If they want to go back to signing up for Trizuka's.
Absolutely. Look, we're just about to get started here.
One of the key things to keep in mind here, historically wise. By the way, so you're trying to get familiar with the playoff system since this is your first go at it.
Yeah, this is my first ever PSL stream.
Welcome to the. First of all, welcome to the PSL. I hope you enjoy your stay, and I'll drive you nuts. So, a little bit of background for you,
awesome.
since you. So we're entering the playoffs. So you might be wondering what the term wildcard is. So if you are, how familiar are you with sports, by the way?
Okay, so I think I remember. This is gonna sound very niche and silly, but I remember wildcards from specifically American Ninja Warrior. And a wildcard is basically this person that they're taking from people that didn't do so well, and they're giving them another chance. Is that what a wildcard is?
Not exactly. In baseball and football, it's basically like it's like basically like a playing game per se. You're having to win this one match and move on to the next one because 4 of the teams have buys, by the way. Or basically they skip the first round. So, which I'll explain here in a bit as we're already in. And there's 2 new weapons, by the way, from the new season.
I would say I want to take a moment and point out the is that the Neo, the Splatana, the new scamper with the custom crab. And the custom blaster as well.
So you got triple splashdown. Elixir, by the way, is on Crabtank duties for this go on. I actually like this change overall, though. As soon as I like to praise the change, 3 goes down, by the way, in Sparkling Season. They're able to at least get a return pick nevertheless from Fox there. But I look at the other side. They're gonna go with the more somewhat conventional, more ink control comp. I'm gonna say with the Trip Strikes, the cooler from the Zap, and the Nautilus for the Ink Storm. So I'm going to be going for a little bit more balance and painting, but I don't know if this is going to see the pan out to all this. This is going to be flowing over to the right-hand side. It is somehow a lead change, but Sparkling Sea loses 2, possibly more. No, just a trade for 2 for 2. Push is going to get stopped.
I will say the triple ink strike is an interesting choice. I mean, it's really good for popping the Rainmaker and like jumping on top of people if you can like get a good like edge. Like if you could look at the map here, when they're heading to the second checkpoint, there's a lot of places where you can just jump off and triple splashdown. I still think it's an interesting choice though, because you have to get in close to like set it off.
And that's kind of why I'm a little intrigued with how this comp gets set up here with the T-Tech. You got to get a little close and then try to set up for the trip strike here. Now they're gonna get the lead. They're gonna use the drill slash down to get paint down. And Soul has lost 2. I think Scott just so well out of control. That's a quick wipeout, by the way. Sparkly Sea just got the wipeout, and they're gonna get a lot more points here, Slat.
Wow. I literally looked away for a moment because OBS was acting up for a second. I just looked back and there was a wipeout from Sparkly Sea. It looks like they were pushing.
Sparkly Sea got a wipeout.
Go ahead.
Yeah, Sparkly Sea just pretty much just got the wipeout when the rest of Soul were trying to contest. So they basically set the Crabtank, planted everybody there, and then all the members that were were just trying to go right towards them. Crabtank from Elixir was able to do just enough. This is gonna be a nice little punch, by the way, from the brush here that's able to get 2 out of the picture. And we're back to Splatoon 2 gameplay as both checkpoints have been broken.
Yeah, So was the Splatoon 2 checkpoint also back there?
There was no checkpoint in Splatoon 2. You play without checkpoints.
Pardon, I meant the final, the podium, like the actual one.
The podium is in that exact area. The difference, obviously, at the Splatoon 2, there was no concept of a checkpoint. So you had to start from start to finish. You can end the game in like 30 seconds that way. But because the checkpoint's there to kind of buy out more time, that's the main difference here. Soul somehow was able to get a lot more points. They're gonna lose two in the process. Brush, by the way, just went down. Nice snipe, by the way, onto Vic first. And this is gonna be a little bit of a contest. Icy is just not gonna mean a whole lot value-wise. Sparkly, they hold this push off nicely, and they're gonna be able to get two members out from Soul out of there. Make that 3.
Ooh, Butters just went down to Icy, but he was still able to get the Rainmaker back into mid. The Icy takes down Omazen as well, and
Whoa.
Fox. Insane whoa, triple. That was a trio.
I mean, it could be a trio. It could be a trio of members that they took out there. I mean, I see where you're going forward with that one. Here's another reset though, but they're gonna leave. They're gonna leave this poor little blaster unchecked there. Fox is able to get 1, and the rest of the members are pretty much down there. Another quick wipeout, and this will be Sparkling Sea's time to shine once more. They pick up this Rainmaker. They may try to go for way more points here. Soul's having to respawn quick, and they're basically having to play defense for a good chunk here. And based on how this time goes, they're gonna get a guaranteed overtime push unless they pick up this Rainmaker too early.
Absolutely. There is only 48 seconds left on the clock. They could play safe. Although, looking at the timer matched up with the Rainmaker, it is slightly ahead.
Yeah.
So they have to push forward because it'll just explode. And it'll give them a chance to, it'll give Team Soul a chance to take advantage of that.
Yep. But the key thing, though, is that Soul's also losing members left and right at this stage. They get a few more members out of the picture. This is somehow a very patient play that might still work out really nicely for Sparkling Sea there. They just had to start moving right up there. The timer wasn't going to be favoring them. So, 17 seconds left to go. Soul is having to play from behind. Now they pick up this Rainmaker. Vic is the one that's holding it. It's about 10 seconds left to go. Soul needs to have a good push. They got to get members out of there. But Ember going down with the ink brush is not going to help matters. They're going to get a lot more time out of the clock here, just like this one. They're going to go straight to OT. Now, can they get a lot more? Butters, by the way, just went down with the sniper just now. They got to respect Fox. Fox just got 1, by the way. This triple splashdown is guaranteed to get Ember, and now it's just lone Vic first, who's just done and dusted. And Sparkly Sea's up 2-0. Reverse sweep is needed for Soul in order to replicate the same success as before, but Sparkly Sea's off to a really good start. 1 more to advance to the next round.
Gotta love seeing an overtime wipeout, I gotta say. They didn't have to get the wipeout, but they did. Props to them.
They did, yeah. I mean, and the interesting thing too is that Soul basically had to get a desperate push. They didn't, and with the way the points kind of just played out, Sparkly Sea didn't really need to try to overextend for more than they needed to. Soul has to go straight over to them. Fox got 2 members out of the picture, and then 1 member gone from the setup. So Soul pretty much was left to the lone T tech, I believe, from Vic Firth. And it just wasn't going to be enough. Fox just went on a clinic, by the way, in that previous match with the custom blaster. I would like to note that Go ahead.
I said, excuse me and pardon me. It was a good choice. That's my fault.
Yeah, no, you're good. You're good. And also, you're probably used to other sets here. This is a best of 5. Other places could do best of 7s or 9s, so it's only 3 maps you gotta win. Yeah, and you can win it in a clan blitz matchup. So there's not much margin for error once you start dropping maps. So at this point, Soul has to win the next 3. Sparkly Sea looks really good so far. Fox just went on a mission, and the rest of Sparkly Sea was able to back everybody up. So 3 more maps to go. 1 more map for Sparkling Sea, for Soul, 3 more. Starts on the Clan Blitz map, which I'm trying to remember what it was. Oh, it's Museum Clan Blitz map. This is a classic. Yeah.
I will say I do commentate for another tournament that does do best of 5, so I'm used to this kind of format.
Which is good because you're back to best of 5s. I'm saying for most other places they'll do like best of 7s or best of 9s.
Yeah, best of 9 is exhausting.
It's not gonna lie. In a big matchup here, the margin of error is not that high. So you got to show up each map here. Soul has to now win the next 3 Soul has to win the next 3 now to advance to the next round. Now, I will leave the situation or the guesswork later, but I want to see what both teams want to do for this Museum Clan Blitz matchup.
Absolutely.
Now,
It looks like, so was Elixir in the last? I don't think Elixir was in the last, so it looks like they switched out for Elixir.
Elixir was in game 2, and that was the Neo Splatana stamper that you saw.
Oh, yes.
Miss Crab.
Wow.
And Butters was on backline duties once more, so
It's just Butters' job.
Yeah, exactly. It's Butter's job. But M's also been trying to do a lot with from this back line, and Soul needs to get a little bit more support. Now that gets crashed in, by the way, for this one. Ember is subbed out for this particular map. I think and Sparky is going to keep the same lineup. So I'm say this. I'm excited as to what both teams want to dish out there with this current lineup.
I'm curious as well. I honestly don't think we could guess what they're gonna do until we see it, because they kind of caught us off guard with the Neo stamp as well as the custom blaster. That I will say that threw me for a loop. I guess they're there, might as well use them.
Actually, it's honestly not bad choices when
oh no, absolutely not.
Hindsight too, because Fox was obviously on a rampage with the blaster, but also blaster kind of works out really well with some of the ledges in Combat Pump Track and this triple splashdown, which it's a small map, so you get a lot of coverage that way.
Absolutely.
And Stamper was the one I was wondering about, because you're using the Stamper with the mist and everything else to sell for range, and then finish off with the crab tag from distance. And it somehow worked out the way it did. They got a couple wipeouts here, as they'll be loading in the Clan Blitz here momentarily. And this is match point, by the way, for Sparkling Sea to break the Schneid, and Elixir and Fox are back to their weapons.
Yeah, it looks like same. It looks like we still got the stamp and the blaster. Was the hero shot in there last time?
I think it was, but I want to take a note for Team Soul. They did a wholesale change. This entire comp is different, by the way.
Yeah, I was gonna say. Well, I mean, the ballpoint was there from round 1. The ballpoint.
Yeah, from round 1, yes, but not from round 2. Round 2, they had the Nautilus.
Absolutely not. Yes, the Nautilus.
It is a wholesale change.
Yeah, we've got a wiper. We've got a prize slusher and a 96 scale, which is, I think, interesting choices, but I'd like to see what they're going to do with it.
So you don't normally see the vanilla 96
no.
People will just settle with the deco, but this is an ink back 96 here. I think they're going to be, but we can pay attention to that a lot, though. This is a triple I just saw on my screen there as they take 3 members out of the picture. I gotta figure out who the heck got that one. I think that was either the Here's or whatnot, but this triple splashdown gets 2 more. And Sparkly Sea is just starting this one off with a strong push. Delayed 3, and this will be the first push in for Sparkly Sea.
I will say, even though they got knocked down a lot, but they still did a really good job pushing into base and getting another clam ball and 2 clam balls in.
Yeah, and Soul's having to play catch-up right now. I think they're almost trying to play against the newer weapons that, you know, may have thrown them off their game there. Fox didn't expect the Fox result to come in there. There's a lot more clams that were dished. I think Olsen was in for a lot more. Now, Soul has to protect both avenues, the one close to the block and the spinner area, because some of these clams are coming in unchecked at this stage. Soul's having to play and a crazy amount of catch-up. I think let's be blunt here. It's a crazy amount of catch-up. It's still doable. They have a lot of time to do so, but being down 33 points remaining is not conducive to their cause. And they just lost 3, by the way. Sparkling Sea is almost in the driver's seat. They got 2 power clams ready to go.
Looks like they're ready to go back in. If I'm Team Soul here, I want to push them back. Get it. I would go for a wipe and take back in mid, because they need as many clams as possible. But it looks like Sparkling Sea takes the basket once again. However, their other ball is going to break on the left here.
Yep.
Fox with the insane split on Vic there.
And they're still, and Soul is still having to play catch up. This has been a pretty much all Sparkling Sea at this point. I always phrase it in the other places I go. The worst place you want to be is to play defense for the entire game. That's what Soul's been having to do. They had no chance to push up. It's almost as if almost as if Soul has no response to this this heavy Trizuka comp that has a lot of coverage with the Custom Blaster, which Fox is just going off on, and then the Sampler's just there to build space along with the Crab Tank. They're able to get a few more in. Now if they get this power clan in, it's gonna be devastating for Soul's cause here, but they're able to bring the barrier back up. Fight another day. But again, Soul's been having to play 3 minutes of defense, and they have to find a way to break through, but the Viper goes down once more.
Yeah, absolutely. What I would do is personally pushing the Inkjet from Team Soul into mid if they can get it. Oh, it looks like they're doing just that, actually. Well then.
I mean, hey, you predicted the future. That's exactly what you needed to do there. Is just get that Inkjet right into mid, try to get something. But they didn't get much value out of it. The Inkjet really couldn't find a whole lot more. M does go down by the end of it. It's still 2 down. Again, 2 down here. Soul has barely broken past mid. This has been very dire, really, for this group there, and they're still able to get a lot more. Almost Sparkling Sea's been farming them big time. They're having to throw the clam backwards, the power clam backwards, that is. And Butters is jumping in. Elixir's about to jump in with the other power clam. They need 2 more for the KO here, and they're able to get just that. That's going to be huge and devastating for Soul here, because this will be Sparkling Sea moving on to the next round. Almost is able to get one, not able to get the other, and there's no support left. It's the 100-1, the 1 point meme, but effectively speaking, just 1 more power claim and 1 more claim to seal it. It's looking really good for Sparkling Sea here, Slat.
It is. I will say, near the around the 2 to 1 minute mark, they were doing a really good job defending, but that's all they were able to do, Team Soul, was to just stop them from scoring. They were doing a good job at keeping them in mid and taking them out, but unfortunately, just wasn't enough in the moment.
Yeah, here's Bongo. Sparkling Sea still has control of Soul's territory around this spinner area. It's basically the same problem. It's the same problem. They just can't find some of these members from Sparkling Sea to do just that. They're finally able to get 3 down. The problem is that this is, I think, the first time they've taken 3 members out of Sparkling Sea since almost minute 1, and they got this power clam that's available here. This is gonna at least be overtime, but 1 more power clam is just gonna seal the deal at this point. As that triple splashdown is gonna be coming in here. It's able to take out Vic first. Overtime is gonna be coming in here. And they got 2 power clams, so really just 1 more throw in is going to do it, or just get Soul pushed down. I think they're not even going to push for this extra 1. And Slat, we talked about how Sparkling Sea has had this from minute 1 as they get the wipeout here for the first game. They could see that momentum all the way through. It's going to be a 3-0 sweep. We're going to ignore that toss, by the way. But it is a
We're just going to ignore that.
For Sparkling Sea. Good work, Sparkling Sea. Not only did you break the schneid against Team Soul, you move on to the next round here in playoffs.
Absolutely, Keon. That was a very steamrolled set. I wanna say Team Soul did a really good job at keeping Sparkling Sea out for a majority of the maps, but in the end, Sparkling Seas was just, their snowball was too big and it just ran them right over. Great job on defense, though. Absolutely.
Yeah, the defenses were there, but here's the other thing: you can play defense for so long, but you got to convert that to something. Something there. And the problem is, this was probably the most convincing 3rd map we saw from Sparkling Sea. That's the other crazy thing too. From minute 1, from the first game, it was a back and forth. It was pretty much a back and forth fight between Team Soul and Sparkling Sea. Sparkling Sea gets the KO there. The second map was also the same back and forth. The third one wasn't even close. Sparkling Sea,
not at all.
Sparkling Sea had total control from minute 1. Soul could not get out of spawn. And that, again, I mentioned before, the worst place to be is to have to play defense for the entire game. Soul had to do just that, and they just couldn't find any avenues to basically flank around them. That's how Sparkling Sea moves on to that next round. Sparkling Sea just kept getting better and better each game.
Absolutely. You have a point there, because it was like, the first one was like, it was a kind of close win, and then the second one, the first 2 were kind of close. Both teams got their tower and the Rainmaker, and very close to finishing for knocking out. Did either team knock out?
Sparkling Sea did not knock out the second, but only the first and third. It was, it was really convincing, to say the least.
Wait, they knocked out the Clam Blitz? I must have missed that.
No, they did not. Oh, it's correction. Yeah, you're right. It is just the first. Never mind. I thought it was the third.
Yeah, no.
Sparkling Sea sold it out.
It is because you wanted to ignore that Clam throw. So that's, you were like, you were in the mindset of ignoring it.
No, in my mind, I was like, it had to be that dang Clam throw. That was tilting me a little bit there. But no, yeah, that's why I registered it as a KO in reality. No, it was not a KO. It was, Sparkling Sea had total control.
So at this point, is Team Soul out of playoffs, or do they have any
double
other
elimination.
chances?
It's double elimination. They await one of the. I gotta double check the brackets. It's been a while for me too. Seoul awaits the loser out of the Planet Firefin versus the winner of Prismatic Ink and Replica. So they basically have to wait until the day of finals, which is, by the way, next Friday. Not this one, but the next one after.
Well, gotcha.
So they get to sit out for a week until that day happens, and that's how this entire game is gonna. That's pretty much how this playoffs is gonna unfold.
Plenty of good time to practice. Maybe they can take it back in the losers round there.
Oh yeah, I mean this was not typical Team Soul that I saw. They usually are a lot more. Normally they have a lot more fun in them, but it looked like it just wasn't their day at this stage. So we'll see Team Soul in the loser side. So they got a week to basically readjust, figure out what the heck happened there, and then come finals day, that's when they need to show up.
Absolutely, absolutely. Well, Keon, although this was a short set, it was a good one. Where can the people find you?
Find me on Twitter, Twitch, Blue Sky, Keon2570. Twitter and Blue Sky is just nonsense as it normally is. Twitch is always the variety streaming. People can probably where can the people find you even though you're hosting on your side?
Well, you can find me on twitter.com. It's not X. How dare they? How dare anyone call it X? At Slatica1. And you can find my streams here, right here. I will be trying to stream more PSL matches, so feel free to subscribe if you like watching PSL. I'll be trying to stream as many as I can. And I'm actually, my team is actually in a tournament tomorrow. It's a new one by the show called All for One. So that'll be happening tomorrow.
Nice.
It's actually my team's first tournament.
So, good luck.
That'll be interesting. Well, this is us signing off. Keon, do you have anything you want to say to the people watching?
No, not really.
All right. Well, you guys... I'm sorry. You guys have a wonderful... Yeah. You guys have a wonderful night. And as always, because this is definitely not the first time, stay